This is Ace the Real, IntellectualRadio.com perspective. I'm solo dolo today, so I'm gonna kick it with you for a whole 60 minutes. You feel me? Maybe one intermission. I just wanted to reflect on last week's show. That was one of my memorable moments, and my, you know, the heartfelt admissions to things and non-admissions. Um, you know, we go through a struggle. We go through a struggle in life, and we have to stand and face whatever is coming towards you. Um, I really believe, that we can change as Black folks and basically get it together. As people. It's about that time. People that's harboring old um attitudes and beefs. I ain't got time for that. It's time to see our grandbabies grow. uh you see what's going on in the world, you see what's going on in our streets, and you see what's going on in our community. It's not gonna stop me from loving my people. Some of us is something else, but I wouldn't change any one of y'all in the world. I wouldn't even change me. I wish I can go back and restart some things and maybe tweak some things, but life give it what you can receive, and everybody ambition in life to be uh wealthy and the white picket fence. And sometimes it don't go that way. It's the road that you take, and that's why I try to tell these young brothers and sisters out here. You think you can live this life, and you think you can handle the pressure. Sometimes no. I mean, if you're heartless, you can do it. But when you have a soul, when you have feelings, you got emotions, and you got, things in that nation that shows love, you cannot uh uh undermine your feelings. How you doing, baby girl? Miss Carmen Wright, thank you for chiming in. Daddy's on the air. I wish you was here so you can give me your perspective. You understand me? Thank you, Sean Schaefer, for chiming in. But at the same time, I struggled in my life, in my past time, and you know in my youth days, teenager up to a young man. You think you can handle the pressures that be, but you can't. You try to deal with what you can get and what you can get out of it. And when I say that, you never know when society and life is like a deck of cards. You don't know what hand you're gonna get. It's like spades. One minute you got all clubs, and then you got a whole hand of diamonds. It's how you maneuver, how you be able to think. We great thinkers. We come from great thinkers. Our parents, our grandparents was great thinkers. They didn't get that age not thinking. I had a conversation with my son's mom today, and she had some concerns about my boy. And she said, that they had basically a disagreement, and she bust out and said, "You just like your daddy," Yeah, yeah, because my son, he's one of a kind, but I love him. But he trying to find himself as a man, and he trying to go through his struggles, just like my daughter. She's trying to reach for the stars. All my kids are, but I got two that's trying to reach for what all they can get. Same same way, but different patterns. Everybody is not on the same wavelength. And how you get to success is the way how you get to success. So in that point, you have to think life. When you see life for what it is, not for what it does, it don't do nothing for you unless you do it for yourself. I always said that. I always said that. You have to. be able to be great thinkers. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be wealthy. You don't have to be the big man and show that you the hardest cat in the community. You got to be great thinkers. All our leaders, good or bad, they was thinkers, regardless of how the outcome. But you can say this: for a lengthy time, they lived a successful life. Wherever the cards may dealt at the end during that journey, they always and they have lived a good life. Not saying we won't. We are, because it's up to us to make our life what it is. Everybody go through obstacles. Everybody go through hurdles. Everybody get knocked down. You got to get back up. Because right now, the way this thing is going, they're going they trying to eradicate us within ourselves, within our community, within our government. Look at it for what it is. And you make your decision and your determination on how you live life and see the world for what it is. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a scholar. I'm just a dude like you, come from the hood that's talking from the heart. I don't read from a script. Bring out issues that I have. You hear me? Not you. We have to be able to map out our life the way we want it to be. And any struggle that you go through, you have to face it head on. You can't run from. You can't run behind people. And when you have a certain degree of people that's in your community, that's in your life, it could be family or foe. It don't matter. You have to basically do your own investigation on that person so you can be able to think if I'm going to go with that or I'm going to go my way. Sometimes you can't follow the leader. You got to follow your heart, your gut, and your mind and your soul. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be the one that's going to benefit from it, or you might lose from it. But you got to understand this: when you lose from it, you actually gain, because you gain the education not to do it again. See, everything in life is not going to be peaches and cream. And a lot of people is not going to like you, not just because of uh, things that arise, because they don't like you. They envy you. So they want to put poison in your life and hurdles. You have to be the great thinker. It's easy for us to go the irrational way. It's easy. It's 2.2. But after a while, when you become that adult that you want to become, and your heart is not into, you know, slamming heads against the wall and, go and get guns. No, you should be able to think and map out a game plan so you can be successful. If not, break even so you can start over again. That's what life is all about. See, our life to us in these days is precious. And if we don't spend the time loving on each other, uplifting, motivating, being a striving force instead of being a person that bullies and throw commands, and because of who you are, you can do this and you could do that. You your own brother's keeper. One thing about me, I ain't never ran in a crowd. I didn't need it, because I was going to accept whatever comes to me. Because one thing I do, I have a heart, and I don't want to carry nobody's blood in my hand. And I wouldn't have to get to a point where I have to. I don't want to do that. I'm almost busting 50. I might got about 35 more, maybe 40 more in me. But I want to get to that point where I can live my glory days. That's why I had to camera check myself. How you can check somebody and you can't check yourself? Everybody got their perception of you. But when they get to know you for who you are, not for what you did, what what type of clout you had, but the person that you are and where your heart is at. You could be the ugliest dude in the world. You can have the most incredible, crazy walk in this world. But if you don't have the love for self and respect for self, how you expect somebody to respect you? I'm talking about the men's. I can't talk about the ladies. I wish I had a female here so she can explain that. But one day we will. But at the end of the day, we are kings. We are the masters of the workmen of this world. And if you don't camera check yourself, they gonna have a camera waiting for you, and then they gonna be programming you to do what they say. And I'm talking about the powers that be. You see what's going on. Y'all see what's on TV every day. I talk about it every day. Every day. You turn on the TV, baby getting shot, baby getting killed. My condolences out to the people that lost family members this past week in the burning fire. People that lost family members that have been shot, OD'd, whatever. We don't supposed to lose our people like that. So, my prayers and my hands and my arms are open for you. Anything I can do, reach out to me. IntellectualRadio.com, another perspective, or leave a comment, whatever. A prayer, it don't matter. Sometimes when you at home and before chaos arise in your house or outside your house, you go in that corner and just say a little prayer for yourself. Just you ain't got to be, fancy with it and trying to talk in tongues. Just ask God to put his cover me. Just say that. Thank you, Lord. God cover me. Thank you, Lord. That's all you have to say. And then you covered because we are God's people. All shades, creeds, colors, religion, it don't matter. Believe in him. At the same time, when God give you the sense of thinking, he don't control you in your everyday. He wants you to follow him. Use his word in your everyday. But we don't. We are sinners more than we saints. I get that. But at the same time, when you have common sense and not be a follower, that means when I say follower, I'm not saying, following a person from the store to the store, following them to a concert or anything. No, when I say follower, don't follow into the same footprints that they going, because what they might be saved for another day, but it might be your day. And every day you have to think about the unexpected. The unexpected will jump in front of you so quick. What you gonna do? Like I said, you got to be a thinker. Love on each other. Help each other. Stop criticizing and putting down and commenting on the negative. Let's talk about the positive. I want to see some of you neighborhood brothers, street brothers, step up and be accounted for. Not on the havoc that you can set, but change people's lives by getting on them about going to school. Education is the key, first and foremost. Having some etiquette about themselves. Tell them to pull up his pants. Stop disrespecting. Why be loud? You know, pay attention to your surroundings. Don't get yourself caught up in things that you can't get out. It's easy to get in where you fit in at. And it's hard to get out, especially when you're in front of the man. because he trying to lose us, and we losing ourselves. Look at it. Look out your door, and you'll see we're losing a battle every day. When you see a junkie on the street, when you see a kid that's supposed to be in school, you see that little fast girl walking up and down the street with them little hot girl pants on and them workout pants, and it's 40 below zero, and she trying to look cute. The is freezing in her head. That's when you supposed to snatch them. Don't you supposed to be in school? Yes, you know. I can't walk up to them kids and say this and say that. They probably shoot me. Well, start checking your house, because you best believe that little girl you see on the street is the same little girl that deal with your daughter and deal with your son, that be with your neighbor. You never know who know who. And it's time for us to start reckoning that. You see it. Miss Shirley Johnson just said, "How are you doing, Aaron? Aaron Wright. I hope that you're doing fine. I'm not going to wait a minute, going to say too much. I am so happy my son Lucius is coming home. Yeah, shouts out to my boy Lucius Kimball. He coming home Wednesday. You know what? 26 years in. Hopefully he get out with a whole new mindset and inhale some of this freedom, because he been gone for a long time. That was one of my big brothers, you know what I'm saying, back in the days, that come from Fire Trey, 5322, Miss Shirley Johnson, and me and his brother is real good friends. That's my boy. That's like my god brother. We all hang out together. So shouts out to my boy Lucius, and hopefully, God willing, that he successfully do everything he need to do to live the rest of his life happy. You know what I'm saying? That's right. But back to what I was saying. What's up, Flocka? I see you. It's amazing how um your neighbor, you don't even know your neighbor, you because you fear the unexpected. you know um we shouldn't be. I face whatever I'm gonna face in front of me. Look at me, because I'm gonna tell you how I am. I'm gonna tell you who I am. I'm not gonna. I'm not into the trying to be big bad wolf. Them days over with. I don't have nothing to prove. Only thing I can do is prove that what I'm doing is real, and I'm coming from my heart. And it's time to open up them doors where people that have been sheltered in all of that pain and that struggle and that resistance in their bodies, they need to get it out. I don't care if they put it on paper. I don't care if they put it on wax. I don't care if they just talking to somebody so they can feel good and go to sleep good at night. Because, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I say, I'm tired of these nightmares. And they say, Ace, what you talking about, man? What you having all these nightmares for? I said, I'm just tired of nightmares. What your nightmares consist of? You know, it's been almost 20 years tops, maybe 15, 16 years tops since the project's been gone. But every day, well, every night I go to sleep and I have a dream that I'm still there. That lets you know it left a lasting effect on you. You can go anywhere and live, anywhere in this world, because you know where you came from. Because what you learned there, good, bad, or the ugly, you can get into another state, another era, another crowd of people, and be able to adjust, because you can adjust to a lot. We have adjusted to a lot of the the difference of living in them projects. Some we still manifest it's in our head, and we have to be able to express. We always talking about people having mental um, um, problems, or they have some type of ailment coming from that place. No, they so trapped up. Like when a person doing 25, 26 years to life, like my boy Lucius, I know it's gonna be kind of scary for him because he haven't been out here in so long. He don't know what the streets and the community is today because he been gone for so long. When he left, the projects was up. Once he come down State Street, it's gonna blow his mind because he never thought that the buildings would be down by the time he come home, or he never thought he'll see the day where he won't see them. That's how I felt. That's how a lot of people felt. People that lived in the West Side, the same thing. You know, a way of living for so many years and generations of people have grown into that. Our mentality is totally different from a person that's living in Las Vegas, a person that's living in Florida. I ain't talking about Minnesota, Indiana. No, because that we all still Midwest. We still have that type of mentality, Detroit. I ain't talking about when you go across 2.5 hours, east, north, south, west, it don't matter. And you land in another state, another atmosphere, another culture of living. I'm not talking about culture of people, because you can manifest around different races, but out there it's it's more safer mentally. Mentally, when I say that, because here, you got to have the swivel neck. Anything roll, anything ride. You know, uh, it's no respect. But when you get to another state, you don't have to be as on security because you don't know nobody first and foremost. So you feel that you're safe. You can be able to maneuver. You just got to learn how to maneuver in a new town. That's the same way of when you're dealing with tribal of people. When I say tribal to me is like a group of people that think the same way, do the same things, get into the same thing, do illegal acts the same way. It don't matter. Everybody is on that same wavelength. But that's like a clone to me. When you can't think for yourself, you don't let nobody think for you. You don't let nobody send you on no blind missions to get yourself set up to fail while they laughing at you. And now here it is, you got to start from the bottom and work your way back up. Y'all know how this go. You sisters, y'all stop selling yourself short. We need you. I need you. Us men's need you. Don't get it twisted. And that's what I was talking about with my son's mom, where he's coming up to being a man. And she said, I need to talk to him. So I called him and I said, hey, son, how you doing? He said, hey, Pops, how you doing? I said, how's things going? Oh, it's going straight. I said, okay. Everything's good? Yeah. Listen, you out there in a new state, trying to start a new life with your girl. You've been with your girl 8 years. That's actually your wife. You just ain't did it in front of a judge yet. And man, listen, I know you pop off a little bit, and I know you be ready, and you struggled and got your um carried and concealed, and you got it, where you can go everywhere with it. You don't have to worry about it. But I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Don't let that thing get you killed. Don't let your ego get you killed. I said, look what your daddy is going through. I said, I want you to be better than me. My happiness is you being better than me. Because I have failed in parts of my life. I have failed tremendously. And it was a big damper on my heart. But I refuse for my kids to be like me. When I tell my kids, don't ever be like me, that I mean that, because the struggles I have to go through and the struggles that I face today. That's all you have to say. You don't have to, you wrong and telling them this. He's grown. He's a grown man. I can't do that. When he was from 0 to 18, I was able to do that. Now he's coming up of he's in his early 20s. He's on his own. I say, you got your grandmama down there, and you got your step grandfather down there, and you trying to make a way for them and yourself and your girl and your puppies. You cannot let nobody throw you off your square. You cannot do that. Why? Because you'll lose everything that you built. And that's what us men's got to start telling our sons and our daughters. Be better than pops. My daddy used to when my daddy was around me, he used to say, "Hey, son, I want you to be better than me. I want you to shine, son. Because daddy ain't always been fair, but I want you to shine." And that's all he had to say to me. Because I'm into sports, I'm into music, I'm into everything, working, and ladies too, and that's one of the reasons why I'm alive today, because I had some I had some beautiful sisters in my life that actually programmed me and actually showed me a whole different avenue. And that's why we need our sisters. We don't know it all. I don't know it all. I don't make the right decisions. I don't. And anybody that tell you that I'm always right, you're a fool. I was gonna say something else, but you're a fool, because we wouldn't be where we at if we was doing everything right. We'll have a 401k plan. We'll have a retirement fund. We'll have real estate. We'll have our own house in our name. At my age today, if I'm still renting, I'm not okay. Because that means any pay period, I can lose my house or my apartment. So we're not okay when we're renting. And because you got a government voucher, that don't mean nothing. We got a president that's trying to eliminate all of that. We all might be in tent city. So you have to be able to map out your game plan for the next, not 5, not 10, maybe for the next 20. What you gonna do? It used to be a time when you see where you see yourself in 5 years. You can't say 5 years, because in 5 years you might be still in the same situation. So you got to set your, yes, a lot of time, and it's lengthy, but if you're determined to fight for what you want in this life, because ain't nobody giving you nothing, especially you being an African American, you fighting for everything that you ever want in life. Soon as you come out the womb, you fight. You fighting for this free air we breathing, because pretty soon they're gonna be trying to charge us. So I'm like I say, when I talk, I'm talking. I'm also talking to me. I talk to me. Why are you talking to yourself? I'm not crazy. Maybe I need to hear myself. Maybe that's what keep us grounded. And all you block pimps and you block pushers, are you serious? It ain't even worth it. You already see the CPD ready to kill you or lock you up for something that you ain't do. Shouts out to my boy, Lil Teddy, Lisa Redmond's son. Out of 17 counts, one was temp murder. He beat every last one but 3, and maybe that's the only 3 that he had from his previous case. So, shouts out to that man. Hopefully he get out of jail with another open mindedness by taking care of your kids and getting a job and being the person that you want to be, because you had these hurdles. Everybody had hurdles. From them hurdles, you learn from your mistakes. That's where you get your experience, even in a job. If you failed the job and you got fired, but it's something that you always wanted to do, go back at it. Show them people that you can do it. Yeah, I ain't say tuck your tail and hide. No, you too big. You too broad. Your ego, your emotions, Your ability to be the person you shows for itself. Excuse me. But at the same time, you don't talk bad about the next person that's trying to grind like you. You don't point your fingers and ha he because this person is not making it. That's the reason why you got kids today and adults today that lives off their emotions. If they say you're ugly, hey, call a little girl, oh, that's where you get kids committing suicide. That's when bullying, that's the bullying, when you trying to, we used to call it signifying, ranking, uh, now these kids say caking. I don't know what they caking. What's all that for? But you know, and some kids can't take it, and they take it to another level, and that's when you know the weaklings that you need to strengthen. That's them the ones that you got to cover. Those the ones that you have to show a little bit of love, not taking away from anybody else, but you have to embrace them a little bit more because that could be your potential suicide victim or a person that'll go back in one of them schools and blow every person away for bothering them. And here it is, you say he was crazy, or you want to dig in his background saying that he had these mental issues. No, what starts mental issues is the people that bully, and even in family, or it might be deeper. I had a conversation with a young lady where, for years, it was a couple of little boys in the PJs used to rape her constantly by threatening her and saying what they gonna do and how people do to you, and and I know a young brother. Well, he's not a brother no more. Um, uh, I don't know if well, he changed his name to Daje Blanca. And he was a young brother that went to school with my little brother and my god brother, Monte. And they gave me a picture, and I was like, wow. And, get she gave me her story. Why? You never know when you on these journeys like I am, you get a chance to uh have conversations with people, and they open up their hearts and their mind and their souls to you. Out of everybody, you was blessed to hear their story, good, bad, or the ugly. And I heard some horrific stuff for the last 6 7 years now. And it's amazing how they were strong enough to get over that. It scarred them, they thinking, the way they see life, but they still striving to be the best in what they want to, be in, you know, and it's crazy. It's really crazy how when I tell my people it's just like this. Especially I talk about Robert Taylor because I love it and I hate it. I love it because the spirit that we had. I don't care what area of Robert Taylor you was from. You tell anybody in the world you from Robert Taylor, boy, you was they treat you like God, or they watching your every move. One or the other. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, this shield and this aura that we had, we was defiant. Even the weakest person that come from Robert Taylor go outside Robert Taylor, and you tell people that you're from there, and they see how you are, good, bad, or the ugly. They'll tell they'll know that you're defiant if in anything. I don't care what you did. I don't care what you do or how you had to come up. You're defiant because look at you now. You listening to me, right? You have had struggles and you still here. I know people that grew up with me look beautiful now than they was when they was young. But then you look at some of these young brothers and sisters, they look like they older than us. Because like my teacher used to say, Dr. Hamberlin, he used to say, society then kicked your ass. When you could walk around with rings around your eyes and half of your teeth gone, society then whooped your ass. And you got to look back. It's a subliminal message. When you can't even smile with the confidence that you're supposed to have, and you look like you're beat up and drugged out every day, society then whooped you. But even in the storm, and you still look defiant by not letting yourself go down to dirt, not drinking yourself into a hole or doing drugs until you collapse. I'm talking about through that diversity, you still stand strong, regardless how life dealt you that hand. You took that hand, and you best believe, if it was a game of spades, your main goal is 4 books or better. Anything up under 4 books, you set. But if you got 4 books or better, even if you just got 4 books, you broke even. And that's how life is. Life is like chess, checkers, and spades. You win some, you lose some, and when you lose, you gain, because now you gain that knowledge and the understanding and the education of how not to lose again. Now, you'll be a dummy to go do the same thing. That's when they call it habitual. When you're habitual stupid, you're habitually doing the same thing over and get popped off every time, through relationships, through family, through community, through jail, through courts, through whatever. You're a habitual person. You just that type of person. After a while, you have to count your blessings and take that deep breath and say, thank God I'm still here. Because if you look back, a lot of us didn't make it because we made the wrong moves. Any move you make it your best move, you know, because like I said, society don't do nothing for you unless you do it for yourself. And that's real talk. But anyway, after that, we're going to segue into, how things is going on now in the mayoral race. You got your girl Lori Lightfoot, you got your girl Winkle, and a lot of people is starting to surge with Winkle. I don't know why, but I prefer Lori Lowe. Reason why? She's she's more defiant than Winkle. Winkle dropped the ball a few times, and I'm not trusting that. Now, Lori Lightfoot, I know just a little about her, but I see she's defiant. She's an African, and then in this history too, 2 African American women gonna running for mayor. That's a good, whoop, whoop. Back in the days we had Mayor Burns. She was the first white woman. Now, 30 years, 35 years later, we got the first black woman. We already got the president. Now, I'd be glad when somebody in a few years, a sister run for governor and win, or maybe the presidency. I would love to see a sister up there. It's about time, because at the end of the day, sister is not going off ego and emotions. She's going off the worth that she has. She's a woman. She got that woman's worth, and she's a mother, and she got that mother's worth. How could you outslick mama? You know what I'm saying? So, she gonna put the can of whoop ass in there, and I'll be like, okay, you can't knock that. I would love to hear people say, Madam President, you know. I wish Michelle would have ran, but now we got a bunch of women that's running for presidency now to go against Donald Trump. Now your boy Biden slipped up and said, "I'll be the best candidate if I." He's supposed to say if I wanted to run, but he said when I run for the president of the United States. See, you got to listen to them words now. Things is going down, and now you see what's going on in the community with your girl Kim Fox. What's up, I see you, brother. He said, "Hey, he's Boogie." Yeah, but you got to think about Kim Fox. Like I say, I tip my hat off to her on a lot of the things and things that she stood on, and she showed that she was transparent with that. But now, it's an they want to launch an investigation on her with this Millette case. See, I said this 3 weeks ago. I said, listen, Eddie Johnson, Kim Fox, tread water light. Because if you put too much emphasis on things and you stick your nose into things, you best believe that cobra will come back and bite you. You see what I'm saying? You got to be aware of your surroundings at all times. You know what I'm saying? To be aware is to be alive. You feel me? So, like, I'm not throwing no shots because they African Americans trying to fight this demonized society we got. So, I'm not criticizing it, but certain things you guys just got to go against the bar sometimes. It ain't about your 401k plan. It's not about your retirement fund and your kids getting set up. They already set when you became a cop. Period. That's that blue shield. We know that. But after a while, you know, enough is enough. You have to be able to be transparent with people. How you expect the community to trust you when you see it on YouTube every day. White cop got his camera on and the lady said, "Please don't shoot." White lady. He said, "No, ma'am, we don't shoot white people. We shoot black people. Have you seen the news?" And here it is, he on YouTube with his camera on, first and foremost, and he's the officer of the law. You know what I'm saying? And he's white. So that let me know that I don't like putting percentages on it, but I'm a 37% of the police force is racist, and the other know that 37% is, but they not gonna flip flop on their guy. But in house they don't bother him. They don't even go out to drink with him. And if they did, he always has some sarcastic to say about a dark skinned Asian or Indian person or a Mexican. It's always a joke about that. I had a guy on a construction job with me, you know. One it was actually two. One guy, he was tatted up with the Confederate flag, and you know it had started getting warm, so he didn't have his turtleneck on because I never saw it during the winter. But this one particular day, we was in the shanty, and he took off his. The shanty is like almost like a place where you get warm, you can have lunch or whatever. It's like a big office, day room, whatever. And he was taking off his sweater, and I so happened to see it off my peripheral, and I say, "Oh, you got a Confederate flag? Oh man, I'm sorry, bro. This ain't for you. You're a good guy, man. I apologize." No, that's how you felt. So now, to me, I know how you feel. And here it is. I'm the only dark man at that time in that compound. And I'm like, okay. Then I had another guy, he plays that hardcore rock and roll, kill your baby and nigger this and nigger that, the N word. I'm sorry, but you know, um, he's so putting emphasis. But during the trial of the Laquan McDonald, he pulled me to the side and he said, "Hey, Ace, they call me A Rod." He said, "Hey man, I got a question." I was like, "What's up, brother?" He said, "Man, considering this trial, do I have to worry about my family?" In my head, I was like, yeah, you should be worried. But me trying to trying to play the peacemaker, I say, bro, I work with you every day. You're not out there throwing profanity and expletives at me and calling me coon and all of them. No, I see you every day. I'm with you more than you is with your kids. We you gotta drive 2-3 hours to get home through the traffic every day to chase this check. I live right down the street. But that also made me think. See, y'all been living off this old white, this capitalist mentality for so long, and you feel that we don't deserve to have the finer things that you have because you white. That showed me that's how ignorant you were. It wasn't no reason for me to snap, because now you worried about the average brother coming up to you and blowing your face off because he's tired of you lighter skinned people sitting here trying to demonize us when you need our melanin. Y'all need our plasma. You need our A, O, and B blood to make sure that you stay alive. And then if you really want to look at it, when you look at the media, here it is. The media have a commercial and it will show a white man with a black woman with a mixed child. But soon as you see a black man with a white woman with a mixed child, everybody got a problem with it. See, that shows me that you trying to exile and incinerate the black man so you can be able to indulge with a black woman so you can make a super child. I'm talking about people that feels, not everybody. So let me clarify. Not every white person that deals with an African American man or woman is not like that. But you have those few that they want this superiority. You know what I'm saying? You look on the commercial, and here it is. You see the man, black man with the dirt, the raggedy clothes, and he running and almost like a slave. But here it is, you get this clean cut white guy, and like the Stetson man. But really, it's the other way around. When you see a black person on television or on radio, and they have that stamina through their voice, through their creativity, and through their presence. That's what you see. You see a king through all diversity. You see a king. It's hereditary for us. And they try, and people that don't understand that's not black don't understand that. So why, if we know that is that's in our hearts, and that's in our bloodline, why we don't display it to our neighbor? Because you know why? You harp off of old stuff that you can't get over when you was a kid, when you was a young adult making foolish mistakes, like I have. I'm not no better. I'm not a spiritual guy. I'm still that dude. But at the same time, I'm not gonna do what I used to do 15, 20 years ago. I'm not gonna do it. First of all, I ain't got the wind to. Then Arthur kicks in, so I can't do that. Arthritis, you know what I'm saying? Then I have to go get Ben Gay, and then maybe have to go get the little cousin, Tiger Bomb. My bones can't do it no more. I don't have to sit up under the buildings. I don't have to sit up on the blocks. I have made enough noise in the world where I can at least get a check or two. I do have skills enough that I can walk up on a 401k plan. Um, you know, I can be able to drive wherever I want to drive and go whenever I want to go. It ain't no restrictions on life, because life, like I said, life don't do nothing for you unless you do it for yourself. Why is you waiting on a handout? Why are you waiting on your friend to come up so that, man, try to get me in? No, be defiant. Go home, get the drugs out your system because you know they're taking drops. Do what you got to do to flush your kidneys. Get it out your hair, whatever it takes for you to put on that nice suit, men or young ladies. Stop going in interviews with leggings on or a miniskirt where you can see your panties, or the stuff is so tight that's they can see your print of your private parts. It ain't about what you got between your legs. We trying to find out, are you able and qualified to hold this position, whatever it is. Beauty only goes so far. Big booty only goes so far. What you got to bring to the table, ladies and gents? Stop trying to run the game and learn the game so you can be successful in life and be able to tell your kids, tell your grandbabies the story on how you have to get to where you had to get to where you at today, and you don't want them to be that way. See, we are the next anarchy for the kids that's coming up behind us. We are, especially the late 60s, early 70s babies. We are the change that got us to where we at. When we was little, we was seeing our moms and our dads and our cousins and stuff, and the people that was older than us go through their trials and tribulations. And we watched that. We mimicked that. Now it's time to take what we got from them and use a little bit of our ingenuity and our education and our common sense and be able to come up with a master plan that's going to get you or put you where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? And when I say this to you, I'm saying it to myself, because sometimes I get those bumps in the road. I get that, that depression. Dang, is I'm doing the right thing, but it's, like I say, I'm gonna do what I need to do. So won't no other adult person that got kids go through the struggles and pains that I have to. We see it all the time where mothers is losing their kids and telling the story and the legacy of a child that they made when that child supposed to be burying her, not her burying that child. So that's the things that I want y'all to think about. Sometimes you got to, I don't care how you get down, cocktail, you might have a spliff, but get in your little cubby hole and start manifesting what's on your mind. Start thinking about where you want to go and where you want to take your life, because you only got one. Enjoy it. And as soon as Wanda get in, I'm going to go ahead and cut the show. I'm about ready, because it's my time, because, I'll be here all night. I'm Ace the Real, IntellectualRadio.com. But at the same time, I want y'all to understand, to think about what I'm saying, because I think about it every day. It's like a deck of cards. I told my cousin Arquise, I see you, baby. Shonda, I see you, baby. I told my cousin a long time ago, my head is like a deck of cards. You know how you shuffle it and you see the numbers, different numbers and the kings. That's how we do. That's how our brains work. Like, because we got so many ideas and things that we want to accomplish, but we can't get to that first step to accomplish them. So that's what I want you to think about. I'm Ace the Real, IntellectualRadio.com, another perspective, and I'll see you next Sunday from 7 to 8. Thank you. Peace. Love on each other and love on yourself.